to episode 79 of the MastoCast. Hello, how's it going? Welcome in, how are you doing? Hope you're having a lovely weekend if you listen to this on the Friday that it comes out. It's a nice day today, actually. We're looking outside, the weather is warm, the sun is shining, a bit of cloudy though. You can never have any sort of days without cloud in the sky, can you? It's fucking dog shit. Stupid. Never mind. Welcome in. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thanks very much, everybody who has listened to the previous episode with Jake being a guest yet again, as we did our top 5 favourite riffs ever. It was good fun. If you haven't listened to that, do give it a listen. It's a very good episode and it's done really well. And yeah, I'm just good to be back. Got quite a lot to talk about. It's been cool. Been to a gig. Gonna talk about that. There's quite a few albums I want to talk about. And the really good ones as well. It's been quite a bit of game news as well. There's been quite a bit of game news as well. That's been going on as of recent. But yeah, it's all happening here. It's all happening. Never really done much, really, to be honest. I've been working, did a bit of overtime the other week. Work's been, I'm not gonna lie, work has been a bit shit recently. Just just one of them weeks. It was just one of those weeks where work was a bit shite. But I'm on my 4 days off now, so it's all good. And yeah, I'm gonna go see the Pink Floyd film tonight. Well, not film. It's Pink Floyd live at Pompeii. And it's been remastered to 4K and all that sort of stuff, and upscaled and all that sort of shit. So I'll talk about that next week. There's some new albums to talk about next week, which I'll get into as well. But first I'll talk about my experience with Ghost. I went to go see Ghost on the 15th of April, I believe it was. Yes, the 15th of April at Manchester AO Arena. 10 days before the new album comes out. As I record this now, the album is coming out tomorrow, so it's out now if you're listening. So I'll talk about that next week. So, yeah, I went to go see Ghost. Ghost are a band that I absolutely adore. I've been a fan of them since the debut album, Opus Eponymous. Is that the name of the album? I think that's the name of the album. I always forget the name of that debut album. And I've been seeing them live ever since the second album, which was but yeah, I've got the name for that one as well. Crikey. I saw Ghost on the second album, Infestus Human, that's the name. I saw them at Download, second stage, like, fourth band from headline and something like that. Like, still in the Pope get up and all that sort of stuff. The band was all in the, ghoul sort of get up as well. They were a bit more doomy back then, a bit more, Sabbathy, I guess. But I've enjoyed every album that Ghost have released, really. I just think they are an incredible band. I love them. I love the first album. Infestus Man is great. Meliora is a 10 out of 10 album, and obviously, we got Prequel, which is great, and which sort of set them up to do arenas, and Impera was kind of the same as that, and now, literally just days before the new album is out, I think Ghost are just bigger than ever at the moment, like, selling out all of the arena dates in the UK. They're still on tour at the moment, like, they're in Europe, and, like, there's a fair few dates that, either very low on tickets or sold out. So, like, they are doing shit. I mean, and they obviously released the, they had a live concert being featured at the cinemas. Like, which is definitely a big band thing. You get it with Metallica, and, like I say, I'm going to see the Pink Floyd one tonight, and there's Iron Maiden, they've had the Flight 666 one on as well. I think Roger Waters did one at one point as well. There was quite this quite a lot, but like that's big band stuff. You know, like you never really hear of like I don't know, sort of smaller bands doing it. I mean, even like bands like Gojira or Mastodon, you don't tend to see them like put like stuff on in cinemas. But you know, Ghost are at that stage now. They are like really, really top of the game. So, this tour is completely no phones. They are on a phone banning policy. To the point, upon arrival of these dates, you are asked to put your phone into what are called yonder pouches, and basically you put them in like these sort of pouches, and they get closed up like using like this magnet lock. It's kind of like what you get at like a clothes shop, like you know you got like them tags on. It's kind of locked up like that, and you know that was the request of Tobias Forge, frontman of Ghost, the man behind it all, and you know I'll probably say it just to get out the way. I am all in favour of banning people fucking using phones at gigs. Like, it is a distraction more than anything. Like, if you are using your phone, like, for ages, like, if you're tip-tapping away and there's multiple screens up in the way, it can be quite distracting sometimes. But I do think the pouch bit is a tad too far. My only reason is just, you know, in case of emergencies and stuff like that, you know, if... I don't know, there's parents at gigs and stuff like that who want to know how the kids are doing and being babysitted, or could have loved ones in hospital or whatever. You know, it's one of those, like, I mean, they do say they have access points if you need to, you know, check your phone, but, you know, you're not going to really feel your phone vibrating through this pouch, are you? But at the same time, I don't mind the whole no phone thing. I mean, I'll take, like, 1 or 2 photos at gigs, or maybe like a 30-second video at the most. That's it. Most of the time, I never really do videos at gigs or take photos. Like when you are literally got a phone up for like a whole song or more than that, it's ridiculous. Just watch the fucking show. I've literally seen people like record nearly the whole show. I even saw someone use an iPad. Now, that person got a lot of stick for using a fucking iPad at a gig. Jesus Christ. But, you know, it's the artist's rule. You got to respect it, and it is what it is. And I think because of that as well, it meant that Ghost had no support act for the tour. There was no support act or anything like that. Ghost were on between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. There was nothing... I kind of think like the whole phone thing, like all the acts would have to agree upon it, you know, because you know that's how some bands get exposure. So, like some people might be, you know, taking a video and tagging them on Instagram and like, you know, like, ooh, just discovered this band or whatever, and you know that could work, but you know, I wonder if that played a part in it. But yep, there was no support band or anything, so it was just Ghost, and. Let me tell you, this gig was fucking incredible. I haven't stopped thinking about this gig yet. Like, it's been 9 days since this gig has happened, and I can't stop fucking thinking about it. This gig was amazing. It was incredible. I've seen Ghost about 5 times now. Like, they've always been amazing, but that was just, like, truly, truly exceptional. Like, legit one of the best concerts I've been to in a long time. Like, it's probably up there, top 5. It was so amazing. And, you know, the no phone policy kind of helped because there wasn't screens blaring away in the darkness and stuff like that. Instead of seeing, like, phones in the air, you got horns in the air, which just looked better, in my opinion. And, you know, forgive me for sounding like, I don't know, some old bastard or whatever. Like, phone's bad, you know. Phones aren't totally bad, I don't think. I just prefer them not to be there. But, like, it was a hell of a gig, man. It was a hell of a gig. And they opened up with Peacefield, which had not been out at the time of this gig. It's out now. Obviously, the album's out now, but, like, as I record this, the actual single of that song is out now. So they opened up with a brand new song that no one had heard for. This is the first date of the tour I had. So, like, I had no idea what the setlist was going to be or anything or what stage production was going to look like. Nothing. We saw absolutely nothing. This is the first gig of the tour. So they opened up with this new song. It was like, oh, wow. Like, the brass bollocks on them to do something like that. And Peace Fields, which is a new single that's out, is brilliant. It is so, so good. Like, a proper epic opener. And, yeah, it was wicked hearing that live. And they played a lot of Meliora, like, which is my favourite Ghost album. Like, Meliora is the third album that they released, and they played about 7 or 8 songs from it. I think, like, they missed, like, one of the instrumentals, and they missed out Absolution, which is one of my favourite ones of the album, to be fair. But I've heard them play that live loads, so it's not too bad. But yeah, they literally just came straight in with the new song. And oh no, actually, the second one was La Crima, which is the second single that they brought out, which is an amazing song. Like, with that chorus, everyone was like really familiar with it by then. Like, it'd been out by about a week at that point, and you know, that whole crying over someone like you, like, it just sounded massive in that arena. And you know, they played Spirit, From the Pinnacle to the Pit, Majesty, Future is a Foreign Land, which is a live debut, which is one of the singles that came off the back of the Right Here, Right Now. What's it called? Yeah, you know, the cinema thing. They played that, and Devil Church. So already, like, the first 7 songs in was like a lot of Meliora material, which was fucking brilliant. And like, at this point, like, I was looking at the stage setup and everything, thinking it's quite I don't know, like the stage setup looked quite pale for them in a way. Well, not pale because it was all dark, but like, it was very sort of lackluster at that point, because at that point they had like a black curtain behind them, and they had like a huge structure of lights, which was like shaped like the ghost, like G cross logo thing, and it was just like full of lights. And as the show got on, like, more lights started to light up from it, but like, there wasn't a lot going on in terms of stage show at that point after the first sort of 7 songs. So I was kind of thinking, is this all we're getting here? Like, you know, I was still enjoying myself, but when they went into Cersei, again, another song from Meliora, which I love, when they went into that, when that song kicked in, fucking, then the black curtain behind them fell to the floor, and then we got these big massive arches behind them with a stained glass window behind them, like, all like sort of Papa Amarita sort of stained glass art, and that looked really fucking cool. It looked amazing. It was really, really awesome. And yeah, it just looked class. It just looked absolutely class, just like metal as fuck. And like, so yeah, we got a bit more of like a production going on. There's more like fire going on, like during, you know, songs like Year Zero. Satanized sounded amazing, which is the first single that came from the new album, and that is massive sounding. It's brilliant. And one song from the previous album as well, Impera, which, you know, another one of those albums that, like, you know, they toured heavily, and they just like, helped them rise up a bit more to like arena stardom. And they only played one song from that album, which is The Darkness at the Heart of My Love, which I've never heard them play before. That is also a live debut. Sounded amazing. Like, it's one of the more ballady ones. Sounded great. And, you know, and they're still going back to the first album, which I love. You know, they're still playing Ritual live. And, you know, just that heavy Black Sabbath, Judas Priest sounding riff, you know, very 70s sounding. It's amazing. I still love that song, you know, and that album came out in 2010. Like, it is a great album. It's so good. But yeah, when they went into Year Zero, there was like this big crescendo at the end. Like Year Zero is like the one of all the fire, and it was like Billy Bob, Beelzebub. That's that song, and like when the song finished, like the pyro went, and like the stained glass actually smashed. So like behind the actual arches was screens, but they made the screens look like it was actual stained glass, and it was like sort of like a jump scare thing. It was like, whoa, fucking hell, and like the stained glasses smashed, but the arches were still up. And then they went into Hears, and Hears was just magical. Again, another song of Meliora that I love. And like behind the screen behind the arches was like building back up like the like piecing together the stained glass that had previously smashed and stuff. And like it just looked incredible. And then like Rats and Kiss the Go-Goat, like they're getting like the proper singles out there now. Rats came in and Kiss the Go-Goat, and Mummy Dust, and at one point, like just before the last song before the encore, Monstrance Clock, which was the first time they played it since 2019, the arches fell down behind them, like they sort of like crumbled down to the ground. And like it looked amazing, like because the arches looked like they were inflated, but they went down like really quickly. And I was thinking like maybe they've got some really cool reverse compressor that sends them down really quick. Because obviously if you're going to deflate something, it goes down very slow. Or they were all weighted down. I don't know, but like it was just really clever the way it was done. Like the arches just sort of crumbled to the floor behind them, and then we just get like the massive screen, which is like just taking over the whole back part of the stage, and that's when you get like all of this really cool imagery. Like it was during like Mummy Dust and Monstrance Clock that it was you started getting like these hellish landscapes and stuff like that, and just really cool imagery. And yeah, Monstrance Clock was a great closer, and they came back on the encore with Mary on a Cross, Dance Macabre, Square fucking Hammer. Amazing. It was just absolutely amazing. Like every time there was something going on with like the production or the band members or Papa doing something, it was just the coolest shit you ever seen. And like I was just like smiling from ear to ear all the way through this gig. Like it was fucking brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Like I say, one of the best shows I've seen in a long time, and they are gonna headline Download soon. Of course they are. After this, selling out a UK tour. One of the dates is the O2 in London. You know what I mean? Of course, I reckon they'll headline next year. Once the album is out and it's been toured and stuff, and a lot more people are used to it, they'll be daft not to have them headline Download next year, right? Surely 2026 Download Ghost headlining. Yeah, they've got to. Yeah, so that was Ghost at Manchester AO Arena. It was amazing. I love it. If you have not, I mean, obviously the tour will be over by then, but like if you ever at all never seen Ghost, please do. Like whenever you get a chance, like if you ever get a chance to see Ghost, just do it. Like you don't have to be like fully clued up in the whole like like I know like Ghost like to be sort of like theatrical, and like the build up to the albums. I've got like all these mini videos and all that sort of stuff. I don't really tend to pay attention to that sort of stuff. I'm just more bothered about the music. But like if you just go as someone who loves and appreciates like the darker side of like alternative music and metal, like but it's not too heavy and it's full of bangers, go see them, because they are on fire at the moment. Absolutely on fire. And yeah, Ghost, they're incredible. They are incredible. Hell of a set list, full of bangers, amazing. And yeah, and when's the next gig I've got? I don't think the next gig I've got is until I go to Slam Dunk Festival, which will be good, of course. Yeah, that's the next gig I've got. Slammy D. So that is May the 25th. I'll be there for that. We're all gonna be there. Yeah. So yeah, that was Ghost. New album comes out tomorrow. I'm very, very excited. It's out now if you listen to this on the Friday, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna have a walk into town, pick it up on vinyl, and give it a good listen because I'm very excited. Yeah, so Ghost, new album. I'll be talking about that next week, no doubt. But there's been a bit of video game news and stuff like that. I'll do that before I talk about the albums that I'm going to talk about. So, for the last sort of, I reckon, couple of weeks, there's been leakings of an Oblivion remaster, which is the fourth part of the Elder Scrolls series, you know, most famous for, like, Skyrim, and they've got, like, Morrowind and all that sort of stuff. There's been, like, a big rumour of Oblivion coming out, and, like, there's stuff been leaked and shit like that. And yesterday, they finally turned around and wanted to do, like, a live stream and release a trailer and all that. And, yeah, from Bethesda Studios' own YouTube channel. And they turned around and said, like, you know, they showed off, like, the whole game and everything like that. They showed the trailer. I thought, bloody hell, this looks really good. This looks really, really good. And they played, like, you know, they did some interviews, like, with the game developers and all that sort of stuff, which was, you know, really, really cool. And they announced on that trailer, that live stream, that it was out now. Well, the Oblivion remaster is out now. And if you've got Game Pass, you can fucking play it. I've got it downloaded on my PC now. I spent the day yesterday downloading it. I've not played it yet, but it looks really bloody good. Like, it looks absolutely awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's friggin' new Oblivion. I've never played Oblivion before. I love Skyrim. Like, Skyrim, I think, is just a fucking masterpiece. It's incredible. But I've never actually played Oblivion back in the day. So there's a new remaster out. It looks really fucking cool. I mean, I'm more, like, familiar with, like, the, you know, there's loads of cool TikToks and stuff about of Oblivion, like, of how broke it is as a game. Like, you know, like the NPCs, like, glitching all over the place and stuff. Like, there's loads of good shit on that. And, yeah, there's a new Oblivion. I'm going to have a go of it. Probably when I finish this podcast, to be fair. But yeah, there's a new Oblivion remaster. If you want to play it for free, it's on Game Pass right now. It's on Steam also, and you know, PlayStation as well. I don't know how much it is price-wise, so I'm just gonna quickly have a look for y'all. $49.99 for the digital download on PlayStation, which, you know, pretty darn good. 50 quid, not a bad price really. It's £30. You know, it's £25 cheaper than the Mario Kart that's coming out in a couple of months' time. But yeah, that's cool. It's cool to see. Yeah, same price as well on Steam. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into the whole Oblivion world, because I've been playing Skyrim quite recently as well on the Switch, and, you know, I've just been having fun with that. I've been playing it while I've been at work on my breaks and stuff, and yeah, it's really really good. It's good to play it again, but yeah, Oblivion looks good. Like, there's been so much hype for it, so much hype for it. Like, people are going fucking mental for it. Like, you know, I'm very excited to play it. Very excited to play it indeed. But yeah, that's it really. Also, Ghost of Yote has had a new trailer put out by Sony. It's on the YouTube channel, like Sony PlayStation's YouTube channel. There's a new Ghost of Yotei trailer, and they've announced a release date for it. It is the 2nd of October. It's got a good mixture of like gameplay and cinematics in the trailer. It looks fucking amazing. It looks stunning. I can't wait to play that. 2025 is shaping up to be a really good year for gaming. Like the amount of stuff that's come out, like Oblivion just dropped, got Ghost of Yotei, and Switch 2 going to be coming in about a month and a bit, which is mad to think about right now. New Tony Hawk's. It's all coming up Millhouse. It's all coming up Millhouse. But yeah, how awesome is that? And also for anybody who's like interested as well, like Claire Obscura is out now. It's a new RPG. That's been getting really, really good reviews across the board. It looks really good. It's at a 92 on Metacritic. It's out now. If you've got Game Pass, you can download it now. If you want to buy it physical, it's actually £50, which is good, but it looks absolutely amazing. It looks like a AAA game. But yeah, that looks like it's got really good reviews. So I highly recommend people having a look at some of the footage of that game, because it does look really, really good. Definitely something I'm going to try out later on. I'm bloody busy with Skyrim and Red Dead Redemption 2 at the moment. So Red Dead 2, where am I at with that? Arthur's very sick with his tuberculosis, and it's very Dutch is getting crazy. It's a 10 out of 10 game. Go play it if you haven't. But yeah, that's been it really for gaming. That sort of shit. I guess I better talk about some albums, eh? I've got a few to talk about. So I've got the list here on my phone of the albums I'm going to talk about. I've got Heaven and Heaven back to back. We're going to talk about Deafheaven and Superheaven, their new albums that are out now. Scowl's new album, Are We All Angels, and the new album from Bleed from Within from Glasgow, Scotland. And let's start with Deafheaven, because I think that one's been out the longest. And this is the album, I've literally just listened to it before recording, actually. Deafheaven are back with a new album. It's called Lonely People with Power, and it is their 6th album, which is mad to think, really. Like, considering, the band that have been for the past 10 years or so, or a bit longer. One of the leading bands of, black metal, shoegaze, that sort of black gaze genre that's been going on, really, the past decade or so. They released an absolute masterpiece of an album in 2013 called Sunbather, which, took over the metal, community by storm, and, attracting, like, the hipster fan base, I guess. And, Deafheaven are a band I really appreciate and I really, really like. And I do like all of their albums. Like, the last album they brought out was more in that sort of shoegaze element than it was like metal or black metal. It was a really good album. I really liked it. Infinite Granite's a cracking album, but yeah. So we didn't know. Well, I at least didn't know where they were going to go next. Whether they're going to continue down the whole shoegaze sort of hole, or are they going to go and do a bit more metal? And with this album, they've gone and done a bit more metal. And I think this album is like a good blend of all of the Deafheaven catalogue, really. All the stuff that they do on Sunbather, like the more expansive, sort of airy sounding black metal, like the Black Bermuda, where it gets a bit heavier, and like the more catchiness of the Ordinary Human Corrupt, and the shoegaze sort of stuff, like more cleaner sort of things from the previous album, Infinite Granite. This album is brilliant. It's absolutely stunning. Like, they know how to riff, they know how to blast, and they know how to come up with atmosphere and just making lovely sounds with the guitars. Like, they are literally playing black metal with fucking Fender Jazz Master guitars and shit, like, and I'm all here for it. You know, they've released a few singles in that time, and you know, you have your heavy hitters like Magnolia that definitely go back to that sort of some bit of a sound, like the. Excuse me, I just burped. Disgusting. But yeah, like Magnolia has got like that really cool some bit of a sound, like just gained up amps, blast beats, and just like harsh growly vocals. The Garden Route definitely sort of features a bit more sort of synthy, sort of arpeggiated sort of synths, I guess. Like not very, not as harsh as like what you would imagine a Moog to sound, but like similar to that. But yeah, with Heaven, I think like Heaven's is more down to the Infinite Granite. Like they do a lot more of the Sunbathe stuff. Like, sorry, not Sunbathe, Infinite Granite stuff, where it's very clean vocals and like very airy guitars, very sort of glacial sounds, and Amethyst is like a sort of the centerpiece of the album. It's like just over 8 minutes long, and it's that song in itself is like a Deafheaven greatest hit. It's just it just really encompasses everything that Deafheaven do and makes this real centerpiece of a song, which sounds absolutely amazing. It's really incredible, and like the album's like got a few sort of like passages they call incidentals. There's incidental 1, 2, and 3. Incidental 2 features like Jay Matthews. I don't know who that is, but like they got some amazing vocals going on. And like this really sort of airy track before it gets into like some almost like a jump scare of a song where it's like it's like it just comes into this really horrible harsh noise, and you know the singer from Deafheaven is back in with his growliness, and it sounds horrible. And Revelator it comes in after that. It's just like the most black metal riff you can ever think of, where it's just like those minor bar chords on a guitar, and then like just blasts to fuck out your ear holes with those blast beats, and it is just it is just such a payoff after that incidental like passage, and just you know more than halfway into the album and you're still getting blasted by fucking the most harshest black metal, but like still like being you're still being sort of caressed by these I guess shoegazery like parts of songs, like very sort of clean sounding guitars, very airy, full of delay, reverse delays, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, this album is just truly remarkable. Like if you are into like just the more harsher end of like extreme music, but also if you're into stuff like My Bloody Valentine and Slow Dive, all that sort of stuff, like it really does encompass that all really well, as they always have done with their albums. Like Deafheaven, I've always really appreciated them, and I'm looking forward to seeing them live for the first time at Outbreak Festival. Like they have been like a big sort of influence for me when I did my EPs, like my bedroom EPs, like years ago now. I think the last one I did was like 2021. You can listen to that on Bandcamp. Just type in Daniel Dixon bedroom EP, and it's also on streaming services on Spotify and Apple Music if you want to listen to it, and on YouTube. There you go, a little shameless plug out the way there. But yeah, Deafheaven, a band I really admire. A lush sounding band, and also very aggressive sounding band at the same time. So yeah, that was Deafheaven. Now let me take you all the way up to Superheaven. See what I did there. Let me just take one more sip of my Iron Brew. There we go. Anyways, Superheaven are back. They are back with the third album. It's a self-titled album. It's called Superheaven. This is the first album in 10 years, like the first album since Ours is Chrome, which came out 2015. Superheaven are a band that I bloody love. I absolutely love Superheaven. I've spoke about them on the podcast before when I went to go see them at Leeds last year at the Project House gig they had, and the back with new music finally. Like, I've just been dying for new Superheaven music, and this is only the third album as well. Like, first two albums are just fucking brilliant. Um, you know, it's just good to have them back. Yeah, and this is a band that is sort of cemented within like the hardcore scene, but they're like a grunge sounding band, like very much in line with like Failure and like Basement, that sort of thing. But this album, I think, you know, carries a bit more influence from bands like Failure and Hum, and like leans in on the spacier side of things, and they've fucking smashed it again. Like, I'm just really, really glad that they're back with new music, and the last three singles that they brought out of this album really, really had me excited for this release. We had Long Gone and Numb to What Is Real that were both dropped at the same time. Long Gone was just like, oh god, they are so back. Very, very excited for them to be back. Like, proper stoner, doomy riffage that's going on a Long Gone, and like Cruel Times was just like a sort of Ours Is Chrome like era banger. And I think even though they're drawing influence from like Hum and Failure, like making them these sort of more spacey sounds, it's kind of like a bit about what I was saying about Deafheaven. It's like they've melded all of the good shit from the first two albums into a melted pot. So there's some songs on here that sound like the debut, and there's some songs that sound like they're from Houses Chrome, and I think they've done that really, really well. Like the first song, Humans for Toys, is just like this really sort of lo-fi sounding grunge track, like very slow, very sort of narrowhead sounding production. Humans for Toys is really, really great. It's good at the start of the album, and then like when the second track, Numb to What Is Real, kicks in, that's when the production sort of like gets a thicker and a bit more sort of polished, rather than sounding like it was recorded in a garage, you know what I mean? But Numb to What Is Real is, it does sound, I will say, it does sound a lot like Deftones. It sounds exactly the same as Be Quiet, Drive Far. It's just the exact same chord progressions are going on. It's still a good track, but like it just goes straight into that. I mean, I've gone on about Cruel Times. That's a fantastic song. Sounds of Goodbyes is amazing. Just a hell of a chorus, and both guitar players like just always interplay of the vocals, and they always sound great. So they do really well at like harmonizing. Hothead is like literally a minute and a half like rager, where like they pick up the pace a bit and like go for a more sort of punky sort of thing, like punky grungy type shit is what I love. But I think it gets really fucking good, this album, when we get into like Conflicted Mood and Stare at the Void, because these tracks are just very, very atmospheric and very sort of like spacey, and yeah, they just sound lush, these tracks. Like, this is when they sort of get into like Deftones, Hum territory, and yeah, it's amazing. And The Curtain, hell of a closer. And like, it's just like, you could tell I've worked a long time on this album. This album's only like half an hour long, but you can tell there's been a lot of like going into this album. They've definitely experimented with different tunings, with like different sounding guitars. Like, they've gone for some more baritone stuff. Like, it's just cool that a band like have brought out an album 10 years later, where you can hear similarities in the first two albums, but at the same time sounds pretty different, I think. And it's just good to have Superheaven back with new music. And I hope we don't have to wait another 10 years for another album or anything, because I just want Superheaven in my life forever, because I just think they're an amazing band. And I'm going to go see them again at Outbreak Festival. So, got Deafheaven and Superheaven at Outbreak. Very excited to see them. Yeah, fucking buzzing. Superheaven rock. They're proper rock to do. If you like your Alice, but yeah, if you're a fan of Alice in Chains, Deftones, Failure, Hum, and spacey shit, this album's for you, definitely. I'll be very surprised if you don't like this album. Yeah, so next album I'll talk about, I've got a couple more. I'll talk about the new album from Scowl, which is Are We All Angels? And this has been kind of a highly anticipated album. Not just for me, but I just think for, hardcore and punk in general. They released their EP a couple of years ago, which was fucking brilliant. The EP was called, let me just wait and get it up for you now, Psychic Dance Routine, which came out in 2023. An absolute brilliant EP of just 5 tracks of just pure rock noise. And, I saw them play Outbreak of the same year. They were fantastic. And, I've been waiting for a new album to come out. It's finally out. Scowl are back with Are We All Angels? This album is brilliant. This album is brilliant. It's everything I really wanted from Scowl. They've definitely taken their signature sound and just thought, how can we make this more catchy? How can we make this appeal to a wider audience, but still sound ferocious and heavy? Which is great, because one thing I love about Scowl is just the very scrappy sounding, and they just sound fucking hard as fucking nails. And their singer, she is an absolute star. She's an absolute star. Like, the choruses that she's come up with on this album are just absolutely... They've been stuck in my head for weeks now. They are brilliant. Like, Special is a fantastic opener. It's just a really, really great track. I don't wanna be special. It's like a good cross between, like, Green Day and No Doubt. Like, what's there not to like about that? Like, I think it's fair to say, the first 5 songs on this album are like singles that they have released, and they all just blend really, really well together. Fantasy is amazing. The third track in, it's just really, really bratty sounding, punk rock music. It's just done really, really well, and my God, the 9th track on the album, Suffer the Fool, How High Are You? That is a song for the summer, that. It's fucking amazing. Like I say, proper Green Day sounding, like early Green Day sounding. This sounds like it's from Insomniac, which is great. My favourite Green Day album. Cellophane is amazing. Fleshed Out is class. Yeah. Get on this album. If you like, good 90s sounding, rock and punk, hardcore, this is really, really awesome. Full of choruses. And, it's only half an hour long as well. So if you've got half an hour of your time to listen to some good new music, listen to Are We All Angels by Scowl. This is grown on me with every listen as well. Definitely going to be in there. Competition for Album of the Year. Definitely. It's up there. Scowl, Are We All Angels? And, so last album I'll talk about on this here show. Where is it at? Yes, we're going to talk about the new album from Bleed From Within. It's called Zenith. Now, Bleed From Within, I fucking love Bleed From Within. And so should you. If you listen to fucking metal, modern metal, this is the fucking nuts for you. You should be all over this, just like I am. I am absolutely all over this album. This album, like all the other albums, is fucking brilliant. And why Bleed From Within aren't as big as they should be is mental to me. It's absolutely mental. I loved the last album called Shrine. I saw them when they were touring that. They were supporting Trivium. They were incredible. I've seen them play main stage Bloodstock when they had a lot of fire as well. That was fucking great. They're just a consistently brilliant band. Live, they're always on the top of the game. They are always bringing out brilliant albums, and all the albums seem to just get better and better. And this album is just no exception. The album's called Zenith. It's brilliant. 11 tracks, 47 minutes. God, you gotta listen to this album. It's fucking great. These are some heavy as balls, fucking angry mosher tunes. Like, just modern metal done right. Like, this isn't fucking metalcore, 2025 nonsense. Like, this is got more relations to, like, fucking Machine Head, Slipknot, Gojira, Lamb of God, Mastodon, all that sort of stuff. Silosis is a good place to sort of compare it to. But yeah, the production on this is just like, it's got that modern metal production, but it still sounds organic, like with the drums and everything like that. It's not like proto to fuck, like where they've got the snare drum and they go, it just sounds really, really, really great. Violent Nature is just like one of the heaviest tracks they've ever released, and you're just getting bombarded with blast beats. Yeah, it's just really, really great. In Place of Your Halo was one of the songs that they released at the back end of last year, just before they went on tour with Slipknot, which is just a riff and a half. It's fucking great, and it's got bagpipes in the breakdown, which is awesome. It's really, really awesome, and I've always loved Scott Kennedy's vocals. Like, he's such a good heavy vocalist. Really, really good heavy vocalist. And like just like when you hear him like do stuff and like in Place of Your Hero, like just the hook where he does "In place of your halo, I drop the nose." Like before we start getting into some heavy riffage, it's just really fucking good. And Zenith is just got like this Parkway Drive arena stomp to it. Like, this album is made to sound fucking massive in arenas, like, and main stage festivals. Like, this album is it just packs a hell of a punch. It's heavy as balls, but it's great. It doesn't lose any of its like organicness, I guess. Like, it sounds very human. It sounds very heavy. Like, it's very much in the same vein as like a Gojira. Dying Sun's got like this real cool like drop E sort of. I think it's like in drop E. Like, that's how low they're going with this track. Like, it's very epic sounding. Immortal Desire is probably my favorite track on the album, which features none other than Brandela of Mastodon, drummer of Mastodon, who does vocals on this, and his vocals are absolutely stunning. It's very well orchestrated, like track, loads of like sort of choir vocals going on. It's very epic sounding, and Brandela just does a hell of a good job, like on his guest slot, like a really cool vocal melody. It's just really, really lovely, and Known by No Name, amazing, and Hands of Sin, which also features Josh Middleton of Silosis, and his guest slot is fucking gnarly. Like, this album is just great. It's great. What a pleasure it is to listen to me going on about how amazing these 4 albums are. Yeah, honestly, it's been a good couple of weeks listening to these albums. I really, really, really has been. In between all of the Deep Purple listening I've been fucking hammering recently. But yeah, it's fucking gnarly, this album. Highly recommend it. Zenith by Bleed From Within. If you want some modern, hard-ass metal in your lugs, give this album a go. And yeah, they should be bigger than what they are now. They've been going for a long time, and they should be way bigger than where they are. So yeah, that's it. That's the episode for y'all. Episode 79 is all done. Next week, I'll be chatting about the new Ghost album, and there's also a new album from Employed to Serve that'll be out, and looking forward to listening to that as well. I'll probably talk about the Oblivion remaster as well. I'll have had a go at that for sure. But yeah, that's it really. Take care. Hope you all have lovely weather and shit, and yeah, I'll see you next week. See you next week.